Good morning again, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to talk about the US flag, and in a bigger sense, symbols of the same kind everywhere, all kinds of symbols. But the flag in particular that people sometimes hide behind and use it as a shield for things that aren't great, such as corruption, bad behavior, bad decisions, incompetence, abuse of power, that kind of stuff. And I think that there is an opportunity for people to better understand this problem of people hiding behind the flag, where they say things like, oh, if you disrespect me, then you're disrespecting America, in particular, and especially U.S. Federal employees, federal agents, or officers, even local law enforcement officers, unfortunately, will hide behind symbols such as the badge or the flag, saying, if you disrespect me, or if you call out some of my bad behavior or decisions, then you're disrespecting the symbol too, and everyone who stands under it. But this is not true. It should be obvious when I put it this way. Problems stand by themselves. If a person makes a bad decision, they own that decision. And in fact, only people make decisions. Even if you're operating under orders, even if you're operating under a policy or a legal framework, you are still making a decision. And this is proven throughout history, where following orders was decided categorically not to be an excuse. It's not a valid excuse, because you are still ultimately responsible for what you do when it involves other people. If you're being told to do something wrong, if you're being told to do something unethical or dangerous to people without a good reason, or you fail to understand or question that reason, that is on you as whoever. You have a responsibility to yourself and your community to understand at least enough of your instructions to justify them to yourself before you take action against somebody. That includes arresting people. That includes harming people in any way. Their personal space and their property is not your business. Doesn't matter who you are, without some kind of justification. I'm quite sure of this. So when I call someone out for abuse of power or corruption or something like that, and I don't usually call out individuals, I kind of just discuss ideas that circle around the same topic many times. But when I do that, I'm not ridiculing the United States flag. I'm not ridiculing American values or the founding principles. I'm not ridiculing freedom. I'm not ridiculing our very well-designed system, the parts that actually work. I'm calling out the opportunities, and there is a big difference. I'm allowed to do that, and I am actually obligated. It's my duty as a conscious citizen to observe and call out things as necessary. And I have heard very recently, if you try to go over the flag, you're going to get hurt. In other words, it wasn't said exactly like that. I want to be clear about something. No symbol is above honorable behavior. Zero symbols, okay? The flag represents honor itself. So if you're holding the flag and something goes over you, that's a situation we should all take a look at, if you ask me. And it has nothing to do with the flag at that point. If you are committing a crime, if you are being unjust, unfair, taking bribes, being corrupt, then you have discredited yourself, your position. You've dishonored the flag itself, and you lost your claim to any kind of protection under that flag at that point. So I want to be very clear about that. If somebody thinks that something's going over a flag, that's kind of a red flag, if you ask me, because they're using that as a shield at that point. That's what that means, if you ask me. Last thing I want to say, in conclusion, there are a lot of really good values in the United States. There always have been. The people who started this country had a lot of really good ideas, but God bless them, they made some mistakes too. And to be a little bit critical, be analytical, and to even dissent at times is the bare minimum that a self-respecting citizen can act like. That's the bare minimum. It's a starting point. Reach out if you like, if you agree, or if you don't agree. I want to hear about it. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com or comment below. Thank you.